Welcome to Fun on the Homestead, where today we are talking about My Health Matters. This is the printout, so that if you ordered this download, whether it be for your pet, yourself, your spouse, your children, or a loved one that you're taking care of, who's in your care for a long-term illness, this is the perfect way to go for that. Having or being a person with constant chronic life-threatening illness that I live with, I'm going to tell you this is the way that I've built relationships with all of my doctors. So I highly recommend this. Just a few things really quickly. The cover sheet. I recommend you purchase a 3-ring binder with a see-through cover and tuck that in just like so. Then page 2 on there has some information that you're going to want to review for yourself, but it's not relevant to put in here unless you want to come back to see. I'm going to go ahead and leave it in here just so that it's something that I would show you that you would want to come back and see, because it talks about things to ask your doctor and talk about. But I did put 3 hole punches into there. So I would just take all these documents, and you can choose to change this up however it is that you like. Mine is completely customized myself. Okay, so this page is the first page I was talking about that can come out. Durable Power of Attorney and Advanced Care Directive. I had that separately done, and that is in a sheet protector. I do love sheet protectors. So that is in a sheet protector in my binder. This is all your personal information, including allergies, diagnoses, surgeries, medications, physicians and family history, insurance information, blood type, any drug allergies that you have, diagnoses that you have, as well as medications, dosages that you're taking. Doctors want to know this at every single visit. And if you're like, I don't remember it, remember they have 15, maybe 30 minutes with you. Don't waste their time. Don't waste your time. You want every moment that you spend with them to be extremely valuable, and for you to learn information, for them to learn information, and for you guys to be able to progress along the path for your wellness. This is a list of all of the different physicians you see, whether they be neurology, endocrinology, cardiology. I'm not going to list all the ones that I see, but anyway. Then we go on to My Health for Your Family History. It's a great way to have conversations with people around the holidays that are at any holiday that you might be meeting them for, to talk about any illnesses or injuries that any illnesses or issues that they've had in the past. Because some of the issues that I have with myself physically, neither of my parents had it. With my aunt from my mother's side, or my uncle from my father's side. So I had an opportunity to go through all that information with them and learn quite a bit about it. And doctors were like, oh my gosh, how helpful this information is. Healthcare visits log. This is great when the doctor says, when was the last time you saw the neurologist? And you say, I don't know, I think it was in September. Not helpful. It's always a good idea to have a list with the dates and then the reason why you saw every single doctor, whether it was a follow-up, whether you were getting a stress test done, if you were having a EKG, if you were having an MRI done, what the results of that were. All that information is very helpful. I'm going to give you a couple pages for that. Lab and imaging results. Another great time to have a sheet protector in behind here, because when you get an MRI done, you want to obtain the disc. You don't just want the report, because depending upon when you see that specialty physician, that physician will either want the disc or the report. Some of them only want the disc, some of them only want the report. They don't trust what another person found. They want to look at it for themselves, or they just want to go off the report. So you'll find out which one that is, but it's better to have the information when they ask for it. So definitely, I highly recommend that. Visit summaries. This is the piece of paper that you receive every single time you check out. When it says, here's when your next doctor's appointment was, here's what we discussed, here's the medications that you are on, so that we can talk about all those different things. And then follow-up questions for doctors. You might want to put something just on a notebook piece of paper behind this. I personally like to put in a spiral bound notebook, because in the spiral bound notebook there's usually a pocket. This is where I would put blood draw and requisition information. So, and this is where I keep track of When I see my primary care physician, I will go back every single appointment that I've gone to since I saw my primary physician the last time and tell him, this is what the neurologist said, this is what the endocrinologist said, this is what this ear, nose, and throat doctor said, here's what my ophthalmologist said. And I can go through every single one of those with them, and they know I've taken detailed notes. But just for an example, I just put in that on September 2nd, I saw Dr. Primary care physician, and had my annual physical. We talked about my cholesterol, my weight, always my weight, thyroid, and then we scheduled a blood draw. Where did I put that requisition? That's right, I put it right there. So if my next appointment is on October 1st, I need at least a week for these particular blood, this particular blood draw in order for that information to be available for my doctor. So I know I need to go a week before October 1st. I put that into my calendar on my phone, an alert goes off, and I make certain I take my visit to the lab to get my blood drawn. I hope all this information is very helpful for you. I'm telling you, we made it completely affordable because I know how expensive it is to be sick. I know how copay after copay after copay after copay after deductible after whatever it's called, co-insurance. I don't even know how that came to be, but whatever is just ridiculous, and how much everything costs nowadays. So this is definitely the way to continue to build a relationship with your doctors as you are dealing with regular health issues and or as things pop up. So being organized is definitely the way to go.